The NBA is being rocked by one of the biggest scandals in its history. Coaches, players, and insiders under federal investigation for gambling on games. In this video, we're breaking down the massive NBA gambling investigation that has stunned basketball fans around the world. We'll uncover how arrests of names like Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier pulled back the curtain on a growing problem, gambling insider information, and the dangerous link between money and the game itself. Stay until the end, because this story doesn't just affect a few players. It could completely reshape how fans, teams, and the league itself handle gambling forever. It started quietly, one with a few suspicious bets. Federal investigators noticed strange gambling activity on certain NBA games between February 2023 and March 2024. Bets were being placed in large amounts just minutes before tip-off, often with incredible accuracy on things like player scoring totals or minutes played. That kind of precision caught attention fast. According to reports from the U.S. Attorney's Office, some of those wagers came from accounts connected to people close to NBA players. The investigation started small, but as authorities traced the bets back, they discovered a larger web of corruption, reaching from NBA locker rooms all the way to illegal poker rings across several states. The moment those links appeared, the FBI got involved. What began as a question about strange bets soon turned into one of the largest sports gambling investigations in league history. When the first names were released, the basketball world was stunned. Chauncey Billups, head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers and a former Finals MVP, was among the first arrested. Federal indictments claimed that Billups was part of a group that participated in rigged poker games tied to money laundering networks. According to officials, some of the winnings from those games were used to fund illegal sports bets, including wagers on NBA outcomes. Not long after, Terry Rozier of the Miami Heat was taken into custody. Investigators allege that Rozier shared non-public information, such as when he would sit out games or how limited his minutes might be, to individuals who placed bets based on that knowledge. Rozier has since denied the accusations, but the damage was already done. Fans began to ask, how deep does this really go? And they had reason to wonder, because over 30 individuals were linked to the same investigation, from former players to people connected to organized crime. Each connection painted a clearer picture of a system built on inside access, high-stakes gambling, and millions of dollars moving under the radar. Investigators say the operation worked in layers. First, insiders would share small but valuable pieces of information, things that might not seem like much to the public. For example, if a player knew he'd only play limited minutes due to a minor injury, or if a coach planned to rest a starter unexpectedly, that detail could completely change betting lines. Those tips were then passed to gamblers and brokers, who placed bets through offshore accounts and illegal networks. To make things look normal, the wagers were spread across different states and online platforms. A second part of the operation involved rigged poker games. These weren't casual games. They were professional setups with cheating devices, hidden cameras, and even marked cards. Authorities allege that some NBA-connected individuals participated in these games, using them to launder money or to pay debts from lost sports bets. It wasn't just about making money. It was about concealing it. When investigators followed the money trail, they found transfers from gambling rings that led straight to people inside the basketball world. Not the NBA acted quickly, but at least publicly. Within hours of the arrests, the league announced it was cooperating fully with federal authorities. Chauncey Billups was suspended indefinitely, and Terry Rozier was placed on administrative leave. In an official statement, the league said it was deeply concerned about any actions that could compromise the integrity of the game. Behind the scenes, though, insiders say league executives were panicking. The NBA has spent years partnering with legal sportsbooks, turning sports betting into a major revenue source. Betting logos are now on courts, jerseys, and broadcasts. But this scandal exposed the darker side of that partnership. How can a league promote betting while also claiming to strictly police it. That contradiction now lies at the heart of the NBA's biggest credibility test. This isn't the NBA's first dance with gambling controversies. Back in 2007, referee Tim Donaghy was caught betting on games he officiated, one of the most infamous moments in league history. That case nearly shattered the NBA's image, but the league recovered by tightening its rules. Then, in 2024, player Jontay Porter was banned for life after betting on his own team's games. At the time, Commissioner Adam Silver said, "There's nothing more important than the integrity of our sport." But those words sound very different now. With Billups, Rozier, and over 24 others under investigation, the pattern is hard to ignore. The NBA is facing a cycle, one where the temptation of easy money keeps coming back, no matter how strict the rules become. Legalized sports betting has exploded in popularity across the United States. Fans can now place bets from their phones in seconds, and the NBA has directly partnered with major sportsbooks like FanDuel, DraftKings, and BetMGM. That makes it nearly impossible to separate gambling from the game. When players scroll social media, they see betting odds next to their names. When coaches talk strategy, those decisions can affect millions of dollars in wagers. Even when athletes aren't betting themselves, they're surrounded by people who are. Agents, friends, trainers, anyone with inside access could use what they know to place bets. It's not always about intent. Sometimes a single leaked text message can trigger a massive investigation. That's why this scandal hits so hard. It exposes how fragile the line really is between sports and sports betting. For players like Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, the consequences are already life-changing. Billups' coaching future is uncertain. His reputation, once built on leadership and integrity, now hangs by a thread. Rozier, known for his scary Terry persona on the court, is fighting to clear his name as sponsors and fans back away. Families are caught in the crossfire. Former teammates say they feel betrayed, while others fear the investigation will expand. Even players who had nothing to do with gambling are now facing extra scrutiny, random checks, and tighter restrictions. It's not just about broken laws, it's about broken trust. At the heart of this scandal is one uncomfortable question. Can a league truly promote gambling and still keep the game clean? Sports betting now generates billions in revenue for leagues, networks, and sponsors. But that same money creates risk. The risk that players might be tempted or that inside information might leak again. The NBA is trying to find balance, enforcing strict punishments while still embracing the profits of betting. Yet every new headline about arrests and investigations makes that balance harder to defend. Fans are beginning to wonder, if gambling scandals keep happening, how can we trust that what we're watching is real competition, not manipulation? The NBA gambling investigation is far from over. Federal agents are still tracing money, interviews are ongoing, and new names could be added to the list. But one thing is already clear, this moment could change the league forever. It's a turning point where basketball's biggest stage meets its darkest temptation. Because when gambling money flows faster than the game itself, even the strongest leagues can stumble. And as the dust settles, one question still echoes through every arena. Is the game still pure, or has the bet already been placed?